So you're wondering if you should explain your low GMAT or GRE score in the optional essay. I get this question constantly, and most candidates are thinking about it the wrong way. The assumption is usually something like this. My test score is low, but if I explain what happened, it won't count against me as much. But here's the reality from someone who has sat on the other side of the table as a Dean of MBA Admissions. A low test score doesn't disappear because you explained it. The only thing an explanation can do is help the admissions committee assess how much risk remains after reading your file. Admissions committees might find your explanation reasonable, they can even be sympathetic, and yet they're asking a much more practical question. Given everything we see here, how confident are we that this candidate can handle the academic rigor of the program? That's the lens. And it's important to be very clear about something else. A low test score doesn't raise questions about readiness alone. It directly affects competitiveness. Admissions committees make choices, and even when they understand the context behind the score, they still have to decide who looks strongest relative to the rest of the applicant pool. Explanation may earn you understanding, but it doesn't level the playing field. That's the first thing to keep in mind. The second is this. The optional essay should not be your first response to a low score. It should be your last. If you've taken the GMAT or GRE once and the result is not where you need it to be, the right move in most cases is not to explain. It's to take the test again, and then often once more. As long as there's realistic room for improvement, additional testing is almost always a stronger lever than an explanation. The optional essay should only come into play when you've genuinely reached the limit of your testing ability, and further prep is unlikely to materially change the outcome. Even then, explaining a low score only helps under very specific conditions. It helps only when there's strong counter evidence elsewhere in your application that directly addresses the concern the score raises. What does that counter evidence actually look like? I'll break that down next week, so make sure to subscribe if you want that guidance. In the meantime, if you want to learn more about the multiple roles your GMAT or GRE plays in the evaluation of your MBA application, you'll find a full breakdown in the article linked in the description. And if this helped you rethink how you're approaching your application, a like is the easiest way to tell me. It helps me know this topic is worth continuing to cover.